Yeah,
but it's such a good one.
I want to see if you can tilt the balance here at all.
Well, I think both sides have their strengths. I think Vici, they got everything that they wanted. They've got the 11 on the Bat Rider. They have so many different ways of initiation, lots of team fight. That's their jam. That's what we've seen them running over and over again.
It's time for the reveal.
And here comes the reveal.
At the same time they smoke, it's Ramses
Omni
Knight.
Yeah.
So they are mixing things up, Pasha to the DK and Ramses on the Omni.
I guess it's like a response to the Bat Rider. They're just giving a lot of respect to 11. And they're already, yeah, like you said, smoking up. They're looking to take this first blood to scout the lanes out as well.
We've seen so many of these aggressive smoke maneuvers from sides throughout this entire time, the entire tournament. And sometimes it works out. This time it looks to be one of those cases. The homing missile going towards Lanham, the fissure holding him a little bit closer. Support is here from VG. They brought everyone as well. Now it's VP coming in from the dire side. They're focusing the Rubik and they'll bring him down. But where is the extra fight? 11 may be the next target. Running up the river. Roger's too far away and the fissure still on cooldown. So everyone will disengage, but first blood is spilled by virtus.pro.
And who got that one? It was Pasha, right?
It was indeed Pasha, it was the DK.
So now he's going to be able to pretty much buy a full Magic Wand to match up versus the Bat Rider. That's going to help them a whole lot in the start of the game. And look at the approach that they're doing. They're actually... Well, see ya, Ramses. You're now off lane. Pasha's playing the carry DK.
So it feels kind of odd, right? Like, we've watched it with a lot of the teams recently where the 2s, the 3s, the 1s, like, it doesn't even matter what lane you're in right now.
They swapped.
They've swapped it?
Okay.
Ramses going bottom. So we've at least seen this, what heroes we normally see is off laners always running in the safe lane and then seeing these dual off lanes with a roaming support. How do you think it works for Ramses? Like, he's on this bot lane, you'll have Solo to help him out, so we do have the dual lane. Does Vici Gaming switch this up? Do they try and get the better matchup they want?
Oh,
or
yeah.
are they fine with Bat Rider versus Omni Knight?
I think that they want the Bat versus the DK mostly, but because they don't want it versus the Omni Knight. However, I think that's where VP's draft kind of comes in that clever aspect, where I think both the DK and the Omni Knight, they can do decent versus the Bat Rider. DK less so, but they can definitely find their farm and not get so punished.
Small little thing that was scouted out, Fenrir's ward placement, Ori. Fissure, it's going to be thrown out. He is body blocked up. Homing missiles out, plus rocket barrage. Ori copping so much damage. The homing missile will hold him in place for another rocket barrage, but then again, they don't need it. The damage is enough.
Roger's just been on fire with all of his early rotations in this tournament.
Yep. Like we were having the discussion before this whole battle was beginning, like, who do we actually give the Mercedes-Benz to? Who do our votes go towards? And like you're considering actually giving it over to 11. And personally, like, I'm with Roger. Right now, my vote is with Roger. I loved his performance yesterday, always at initiator, and he just leads the way for virtus.pro's attacks.
I'm fine with giving it to Roger.
Ramses, that time lock. They may go under the tower now for this one. They got the extra damage to time walk forward. Paparazzi, where's the extra help? Solo's nearby, but he's only an ancient apparition. So Vici Gaming getting the kill behind the tier 1 tower and the trees. So you're still with 11?
Someone's gotta be for Vici, right? They've been playing so spectacular this tournament, so I do have to give it to one of their players.
Need to get that voting system down into China and then see what happens.
Yeah.
The balance shall swing.
So instantly they do swap those lanes. Omni Knight, after dying, heads top to match up versus the Bat. DK wants to go bottom versus the Void.
Yep.
And they can continue these lanes because with no one in mid, with that Earthshaker rotations, they have kill threat every single time on Ori when he doesn't have all the spirits.
Oh, Roger, he got the fissure block once again. Ori can't get out this one. The homing missile was on cooldown, so now it can be triggered. He'll come back up, giving Lanham some space to play with. Doesn't have telekinesis just yet. Now he does, but Lanham is merely the buffer to keep Ori alive, while on bottom lane, the cold feet, the lock with the Dragon Tail. Fenrir is going to get stunned up. He did get the brain tap up, so the extra life nightmare is over on the DK, but it won't stop Solo from slapping him down. That chilling touch bonus damage being just enough to get VP the kill.
And the unorthodox skill build too, being the 1-1 rather than having any in Dragon's Blood, just catching Vici a little bit off guard there.
Not on my watch.
That bonus damage.
Yeah.
It's a lot of confidence from Pasha when he does that kind of lane swap to do such a thing, because it's been the standard from the DK.
They want the combo to be able to proc the cold feet, so they need that stun early on. He's even got 2 in Breathe Fire as well to keep that pressure going.
Yeah, they really want kills.
Yeah.
I suppose it's the only way, yeah. You kill off Faceless Void before he can time walk away. You need to have burst damage. You need stun control.
So the big thing for mid lane is they have to be sure to kind of like bait out the Spirit Siphons, because with 2 Spirit Siphons, I believe it's going to be a bit hard for them to actually burst down Ori until they get higher levels. Once they've got 6 on the gyro, they can start threatening more for those kills.
I think Roger's just waiting for to go for the bounty rune run. Like, if you can get a kill on mid, fantastic. If you can't, it is what it is. Yep, they're going again. Time dilation over on Solo, getting a time lock from Paparazzi. Pasha's in the neighborhood. Fenrir just resetting back up again as the Brain Sap available. That's why Pasha stuns him up, and the range is still there for Fenrir. Damn, that Brain Sap range looks a lot smaller than it really is. Solo's in trouble with Lanham. Ramsey's is low as well, but the cold feet, that's going to trigger over on the Rubik. Solo was just battling for the runes.
He's got a lot of wand charges. Just playing with each other because he has vision of bottom.
Still a heavy commitment from Vici Gaming now, holding these 3 heroes down. It may pay off. Nightmare is out. Roger's still on the run. A lot of sticky napalm charges. Solo's dying in the bottom river with Paparazzi jumping forward. Fenrir can just brain stuff him out, but now it's 11 being turned on the top lane. Very hard to be aggressive when you've got the fissure control and then the purification.
They've done a remarkable job, though, of keeping the pressure on Ori. Gyro is getting close to level 6. Death Prophet's only level 4 3/4. And look at the last hits. 26 bottom now.
Yeah, cold feet just managed to snap the Nightmare, causing problems. Paparazzi, he'll time walk out. Fenrir, the Vortex being is slowing him down. And the cold feet, they won't be able to get that Dragon Tail stun, it's too far away.
That was beautiful by Fenrir, using the Nightmare to disjoint the cold feet proc on Paparazzi.
Thought it was only just to stop the damage, but yeah. More support coming towards the mid. The smoke gank up by the ES. Looking to rotate around. At the same time, that level 3 Rubik is in the neighborhood.
It's level 6 gyro. They want to get active with it.
Fissure. There's the body block with the call down. And now homing missiles coming in. Spirit Siphon. Currently, it's out and it's on the catapult. There's enough to give Ori enough life as no one taunts his way back to his side of the river. I think Lanham's actually here to try and negate some of this. Like, how often do you see a Rubik go on 1-1-1 build as opposed to getting the extra points up in the burst from Fadebolt? Roger's in trouble on the top. There's a haste rune as well. There's no outrunning this. And they body block. The cold feet's there with a Fissure stun. Roger going back into the pit. Ori can keep up with him quickly, but the denial from Roshan. Attempted, but not allowed thanks to the Crypt Swarm.
They have to protect the Death Prophet when the Gyrocopter's got such an advantage. And look at no one. He's actually just trying to pressure all the lanes now. So 3 lanes looking really solid for VP at the moment. Even kill score, though.
Yeah. With the net worth, the top 3, they belong to virtus.pro. Go the entire way. Don't worry, it was worth seeing that for the death of the Bane who died above Roshan. And now in towards mid. The Fissure is out. The cold feet should be able to proc. No, if it doesn't, the homing missile will do the work instead. And Ori will fall no one after killing off the Bane. Doubles up on Ori in the mid.
Roger in the right place at the right time. And not only just Roger, Solo too. Level 5 on Ancient Apparition already.
They're going bottom. Pasha, Lanham, he actually started with a Fade Bolt. He'll get the pick up and throw back. Lasso's available, that's why Pasha, Dragon Tail stuns him. Pasha, he needs more friends, he needs more help, because that is an approaching Batrider who will have the lasso if required, and maybe it is, no it's not. He's on top of him with a Firefly with 4 stacks of sticky napalm. The DK with only 1 point up in Dragon, blood burns.
Tons of lane rotations coming out. Ori's still heavily under pressure here. There's level 7 now on Gyrocopter to level 5 Death Prophet. There's a chance that Solo hits level 6 very early on the AA as well, and that could really limit Ori's chance to get back in this game.
That Ice Blast just stopping any kind of regeneration for the Death Prophet. As long as they can control her, keep her in one position. So far it has been working out. Roger is having a little bit of a harder life until he gets those arcane boots, but he's still been there at the right time to get the fissures off.
He's playing this old kind of roaming Earthshaker that we used to see a lot around like the TI4 era. He's just stacking camps and just playing around your mid lane constantly.
Well, he gets the extra money for it, right?
Yep.
All towards the Blink Dagger. VP's so quick on their lane rotations. The second VG think they can get an upper hand on it. Like Paparazzi is facing up against the DK. That's an Ancient Apparition right behind him. They got a good defensive Observe Ward down too.
They're really limiting 11 from doing what he did in the other games that he's been playing this Batrider and just getting out of control after the laning phase. He does have a lot of stacks though for the Bat. We see him now taking out 2 triple stacks. Gonna have that blink almost finished after it.
It's very nice for the Rubik as well. I think he was actually one of the primary ones to stack these camps.
Yeah. He stacked all the right big camps.
And with the Invis rune, he walks right underneath the Radiant Observer ward, so they can go on Pasha, pick him up, throw him back in again. You've got the extra control. And it's all about 4 hero rotation, exorcism as well. They really wanted that dead Pasha.
They have to turn this into some tower threat here with the exorcism. They should be able to as well.
But VP are looking elsewhere.
Yeah, there was a smoke going toward top before Pasha died, but now they redirect themselves. They should be able to find Lanham here pretty easily.
Yeah. Easy Fisher, easy cold feet, easy life. No one claiming now his 4th kill of the 6th that VP have for this game. But Ramses will add pressure to the bottom lane as well, so you're taking the tier 1 tower up on top. Or you should be at least. Maybe you're not. DK starts his TP. Jara's coming in. Pasha. Dragon Tail stun off the Faces Void. Fenrir's in the neighborhood. Nightmares onto Pasha.
Lasso on mid stops no one's TP.
Yep, but now no one will just stand his ground and fight up against 11. 11 taking way too much damage. Ramses comes in to help. And Paparazzi and Solid can battle around Roshan. Is Bane, who's currently call snapped up, controlled by Roger. He has to Chrono, killing off the Ancient Apparition. Paparazzi will get 1. The trade-off is going to be his own support, however. And both teams back to objective-based gaming.
Neither team really getting too much tower damage out of either of those movements, but
the bottom tier 1 was almost dead though.
Yeah,
that's the upside.
VP getting a lot out of their rotations though, and they still have Ori quite shut down. And now they know Exorcism's down. Now they know the Chrono's down as well. They can look to continue that aggression.
Ramses. Those 4 points in DGen Aura making it difficult for 11 to get away. He's playing the cliffside. StarCraft 2 is not meant to happen until next week with the Reaper jumps. But 11, they're just trying to protect him. He's so close to that Blink Dagger, he cannot afford to die.
He's going to be really crucial for them to get back in this. Because at the moment now, this no-one Gyrocopter is absolutely enormous. 5,300 net worth in comparison to the 3,700 of the Void. Pasha now is able to threaten top with that first Elder Dragon form usage.
Yeah, dropping it down nice and low. Rubik is able to defend the bottom lane now. He's got level 6 and stole the 4 points in Purification.
The Dream Steal, and gets the deny.
No. But you can see Solo now being more aggressive with his visioning. So the Observer Ward goes down on top of the Dire Shrine, watching that Trinity camp. So they know when the Batrider's farming up. But Batrider, he's got the cash for it now. So expect smoke. Okay, nice steal from Pasha with the Breathe Fire. But Young 11, he has the money for the Blink Dagger. The Courier's just busy at the moment, bringing smoke to the mid.
They were looking for Ori in mid. First Ice Blast usage. Lanham's gonna sit behind Ori now for the most part with this Purification. Will make it a lot harder for them to kill the Death Prophet as long as he's not clipped by that AA blast.
Yeah. Pressure on Solo to do such a thing. But Teamfight Big Ultis, he's an expert at it. Disruptor, I think, is still like his #1, but Ancient Apparition, he has to be close behind.
They're just sitting around the mid lane waiting to punish that Death Prophet.
Here's a 3 smoke. They're coming top. They're looking for the tier 1 tower.
You've
still got Batrider wants to initiate here. They'll walk underneath the Dire Observer Ward, so it's going to be Vici Gaming who feels secure this time around. The Rainier scanning behind the tower, he's not there. Pings right on top of Paparazzi. Chronosphere is available, and the rest of the support. They found Solo. He's a huge kill to actually pick up. He'll get his Ice Blast off on Lanham, and they want to get more. There's your pullback, Paparazzi. He time walks off the damage. He'll survive. 11 won't be so lucky. The Chronosphere, it's a pure escape mechanism at the moment for Paparazzi. He needs to get back to his teammates. I can't believe Solo was actually able to survive through this too. Paparazzi homing missiles on him. It is so difficult to run away from this time. What comes off cooldown, but the Purification from Ramses seals the deal before he can get the jump.
The speed at which VP's moving, Vici's just unable to respond to it. They actually have to use both defensive Lasso and Chronosphere there to try to protect themselves. And now the aggression's not done.
Yeah, can they close the distance? Ori starts his TP, the Echo Slam. Looking for the extra damage and to cancel the TP, but Fenrir, the Ice Blast is coming in. It's just chain kills right now in favor of virtus.pro.
Did you see the build that Ramses is going as well on the Omni Knight? It might be the first one that we'll ever see.
The Battle Fury style, Pasha, trouble up on top. No. TP out home very, very simply.
They're playing so well right now on the side of VP.
A Battle Fury Omni Knight with a 4 points degen, 4 points Purify.
He's playing the carry Omni, man.
Yeah. It's not really something you think you need to do, right? Because you just Purify to get rid of a creep wave. Or so what's the purpose of the Battle Fury apart from just nice increase in damage and regen?
He wants to scale too. He gets the 90 damage perk at 15. He's gonna be hitting pretty hard.
90 damage perk with the okay, yeah, I can feel that. Do you know anyone else has done that before?
I've never seen Battle Fury Omni Knight. Not in Dota 2, in Dota 1.
Covering your bases, not dealing in absolutes. I see what you're doing there, Fog. Let's not bring up the history of Dota 2.
You just did.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Crap. It's a trap. Alright, they're looking really fantastic anyway, so yeah, you don't need to scale much more than this. Fenrir on the run, the homing missile. It chases after him. It's only a level 1, however, so minimal damage, but the call down, the Ice Blast, they're all searching for Fenrir, but he's back to the tier 2 tower. It won't stop no one from diving. He's got 10-1 charges, phase boots are coming off cooldown, and with the Purify, they have the confidence to go in deeper.
Oh.
Solo gets picked off in the meantime in front of Roshan, and Fenrir actually TP's out. They lost the vision, they didn't want to stick around.
Wow.
And VG, not only will they get the kill, they'll take the tier 1 tower on bottom lane. Fortification is delaying this, but with Ori's Exorcism committed, that is most definitely a tower gone.
They have to get a lot out of all their ultis now on the side of Vici, so they don't start falling further and further behind. Because if you look at VP's lineup, they're not as ulti reliant in the early game in comparison.
I think Roger's in trouble. He was underneath the Observe Ward. Paparazzi, he'll move north to get the extra vision. Looking for the time lock, but the lasso from 11 will do the work. And this is a dangerous zone for virtus.pro. Yes, their 2 cores are so far in front, but VG Gaming, these small little picks, they're starting to repair the 7k deficit.
He's got the Battle Fury.
Scale time. This is ancient farming now for Ramses. He's still not 15 yet, so he doesn't have the plus 90.
He's gonna farm pretty fast whenever he can push lanes out easier too, even with Purify on top. No one gets a free mid tower. Almost has, actually does have a full SNY finished up with phase drum already on the gyrocopter.
This is the first time in a while, too, we've seen a DK that hasn't gone for a Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger. He's gone for the Armlet as his first major item. Playing the slower game. Does that actually give a little bit of intent as well for what virtus.pro have in mind?
I think they're comfortable with taking it to the later stages. They're fine as long as all 3 of their core scale. Sure, he wants to get one of those initiating items, though, so that he can start the fights, because there's something that we always say is like these Earthshakers, these Magnuses, these type of heroes, like these big initiators or counter initiators, you want someone else to start the fight. And having DK with the Blink will allow Earthshaker to have a little bit more liberty to set himself up for echoes and fissures.
Yeah.
And Rogers about
VP
to
a Blink
have,
team, right? Like
yeah.
in their games are probably like Nahal's gonna get a setup for this one, but I would not be surprised if we get like 3 close to 4 average Blink Daggers on these guys every time they play. That's what it was yesterday with Ramsey's Blink Dagger on Death Prophet.
Yeah, Ramsey's queued one up as well in the Omni Knight next. So, but the Blink Dagger on the Omni Knight is more standard, especially versus Void. Positioning is super important to be able to get that GA off during the Chronosphere so you don't get bursted to the Exorcism.
Well, he's holding all of that wonderful damage back, while Pasha and no one beat into the tier 2 tower. They can continuously push if they want to. The Ice Blast is heading towards the north, and this will slow down the pressure.
They don't want to give any breathing room to Vici. They know that they have a very big lead at the moment, and they know that Vici's gone for the Battle Fury build on the Void too.
11, Firefly comes off cooldown. Does he want to jump up? He may have to. Blink away. No, the Fissure will connect before he blinks. Batrider will go down.
Don't give them any space.
Yep.
They got the tier 2 for free. They know that they can play aggressive on the other side of the map, and they can actually threaten the top tier 2 as well now because they didn't have to expend Dragon Form during all that.
Faceless Void's trying to up his scaling too. Battle Fury on the Faceless Void.
Yeah, he needs to in this game since he's what we like to call is like that solo core. Sure, Death Prophet can scale in a way, but he needs to be that true one on the Void. Or he's still trying to recover. He's level 11 on the Death Prophet. Has his Yos at least finished up. The BKB is going to be extremely important versus this heavy magic damage lineup that VP has.
Yeah.
But still, level 11 on Death Prophet, level 11 on Void, compared to level 14 on Gyro and Omni Knight.
Yeah, they know they can't fight. This is the reason why VP can just continue to take objectives. The tier 2 tower on the top lane goes down. Roger, like he's got his farm for the Blink Dagger already done, working towards a 4-staff. He has to defend the bottom lane.
He's just hoping someone goes down here so he can set up on them.
Still only a level 1 Echo Slam.
Yeah.
Only downside. Now Krax is level 11. Ramses. He has the blink. 18.5 minutes in. Blink, Battle Fury, Phase Treads, one. Phase Drums, one.
They have 2 cores that have passed that 10,000 gold before 20 minutes, which is usually a big staple for many teams when you're farming really well. And the Gyrocopter no one is about to have BKB, so a lot of the damage coming out, especially from that Bat Rider, is going to be negated.
I love the simultaneous scans from both VP and VG.
Radiant's middle tower
Checking the
is
north
under
and south entrances to the Radiant jungle.
Vici, they want to take a fight. They are actually just shy of level 2 Exorcism on Ori.
They can still do Roshan though. Like they have enough survivability to do this. They just have to commit heavily. Oh wait, are they expecting VP to be in there? Because VP are now coming. They're also 5-man smoked up, moving to the Roshan pit. The Vortex to try and get vision inside of Roshan. No one's there.
They really want Ori to be level 12. He needs level 2 Exorcism for the next fight, and he does claim it up top.
Alright.
They need that extra damage, because right now they are very limited in damage in the Chronosphere without Exorcism being high level.
Well, VP, they're going in. VG Gaming, will they recognize this soon enough? Dragontel, keep the stuns going onto Roshan. 11, he's a fantastic hero. Is that Bat Rider to try and contest Roshan. Just needs to get the right time with the Firefly, and he's got the perfect time. Roshan at 2k HP. Solo will see him. They put the cold feet, so no blink abilities here for 11. But the rest of VG, Paparazzi, ready for that run, jumping Chrono with the Echo Slam. Roger will catch 2 in the back lines. Even the Vicious on the Paparazzi. They hit the ultimate. They hit the Ice Blast on Ori. He cannot join the fight. Roshan, Paparazzi, he did snatch out that Aegis to the Immortal. So Ramsey will have to kill him off twice, but they move forward. The Exorcism going to work. Roger, he'll go down to Ori. Now the ultimate has blown off on him. Ori can join this fight with the Spirit Siphon to do some work, but Pasha stands on top. Ori cannot survive. The Flame Break will connect on the DK. He's got more than enough regeneration to survive, while 11 does not. He'll take a fall. Rubik's on the run, but he's in range of Ramsey's aura. Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. VG Gaming lose 4. They still had the Aegis Immortal in the Faceless Void, but that was not the seal they were looking for. Roger on the money.
Yeah, the ward being placed on the high ground before the fight was taken, so Roger sees the perfect opportunity to stop the rest of the aggression. Like we said, they don't have a lot of damage inside that Chronosphere. It's pretty much just the Exorcism. They're able to isolate Ori. VP's just playing so fast in this game.
They really are. And how does VG even respond, even when Death Prophet's back to life again? It's a minute and a half before Exorcism has arrived.
It's a Rax. They don't have Chrono, they don't have Exorcism, they can't take this fight.
So Faceless Void just takes the tier 1 tower up on top. You get what you can. Lanham at least can steal Purification. Echo Slam plus Ancient Apparition ultimate connecting on the marks. You just don't know how you fight in that if you're VG.
top tower is under attack.
They at least have the Aegis, right? At least they got that, but they're definitely on the big time back foot right now.
The Aegis is stopping VP from continuing to push and potentially taking a tier 2. Paparazzi can time walk, starts his TP. The homing missile won't reach him in time, but now we have a global ability that we can watch. Maybe we shouldn't though. As Pasha on bottom lane. 11 would love to have a crack at this. Firefly's in 3 seconds time.
VP can continue this quick pace though. Like we were talking about, they're not as limited as Vici are on their ultis. They've got Echo Slam up in about 20 seconds as well. That's probably what they can just wait for. Get that BKB on Ramses. But they're in a very comfortable position right now with the pace of the game. Everything's been going their way.
Dire's top shrine is
So how does
under
VG
attack.
change the tempo? Like, is it 4-man smokes? Is it just working with 11?
They have
And giving Faceless Void space to farm and get bigger?
They have to just protect Ori in the fights. That's the problem. I think Vision is actually going to be the biggest thing for me. Getting a gem, clearing out those wards, because they're not able to get those initial jumps like they usually have been when they've been playing with 11 Bat Rider. Every time that they've won with him on it, he gets the jump. He gets the start of the fight. While in this situation, it's been VP every single time leading the charge.
Top shrine.
So I think the Vision is going to be really important for the upcoming ones. If they can catch several heroes inside the Chrono with the Death Prophet protected, then they've actually got a shot to take it versus VP. But it's a pretty large gold advantage at the moment. 14k and 10k experience.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Yeah,
under
it just keeps
attack.
rising for VP. For Vici Gaming, then they're not forcing the issue on bottom. They added a little bit of pressure and then backed off. VP looked like they didn't actually have any desire to fight this. In fact, they were pushing out the lanes faster by triggering Dragon Form on Pasha.
First pro Battle Fury on Omni since at least 2013.
Did Mally know all along what happened in 2013 with this, with these guys? It was the Battle Fury.
So Ramsey switches to the S and Y since he's got his own repel, but Pasha almost has BKB. So they're going to be very durable on their cores.
Oh, here they come. The line is drawn from Virtus.pro. Push bottom lane. Ori needs to get a lot more momentum out of this top lane. If they're going to get VP to look behind, 11 potentially can creep skip too. He's just hiding in the trees between the towers.
They're trying to press the issue on the side of VP before the BKBs come out on Vici, because a lot of their damage is still magical.
Is under attack.
And they know that those cores still don't have them. They were watching this whole time, actually. They've been spotting Paparazzi jumping through the jungle, trying to finish that one up.
Well, Ori's almost got his. He's only 100 gold away from it. So that's a nice thing for him. Lanham's also got the Blink Dagger, so they're getting more items to be useful. I think the only one who's kind of starving is the Bane, but that's to be understood because he's a Bane.
The vision by VP is ridiculous this game. They have 6 wards on the map at the moment.
They're TPing in. Paparazzi just used his time walk before this. He'll have to use it after. The damage and the stun lock. They'll burn the Aegis Immortal. Lanham, what do you want to do here? He's in the neighborhood. He'll pick up the ES. Ends up getting Echo Slam. Roger! He jumped perfectly. Paparazzi into his open arms. Lanham will go down as well as the attack flies through the air. Roger sees the fissure, but the time dilation's making it really, really difficult to catch him. He'll sit in the trees, TP to Farble. He'll throw the fissure, then blink up. Roger! Roger! How does he know? How does he know? Lanham! Now Manure.
And mid as well. 11 gets picked off.
Oh.
This, honestly, the warding the warding game by VP is crazy this game. Yeah. They've just seen every single time where all of Vici's heroes are. So they know, they're like, oh look, Void's top, there's a Rubik sitting behind him, and we see the Bat Rider mid. They just have vision of absolutely everything in the game. And this should be the second Rax here.
There will be. There's no way to defend. Ori cannot go into this battle, even with his BKB up and running. They need the Chronosphere from Faceless Void to make this a real fight. In Virtus.pro, they can take the Rax. And now back up. No risk to be taken.
Yeah, they've already cleared out all the shrines as well. 20k gold lead, 21 now.
No sorceries avail.
Continuing to be more and more out of control for Vici.
I just love that play from Roger. I just want to watch that back and like...
He's been in the right place at the right time the entire game, even from the beginning, from laning phase.
It's not even to fall for like, it's fissure bait, right? Like a fissure and I TP, I get the sunlock. Doesn't happen. Blink up, follow him. Vici Gaming, they need something now. Problem is with the middle lane and the top lane pressuring in all the time, the second they leave their base, VP will know about it. You talked about the vision game previously, now the creep wave is helping Virtus.pro.
I think Vici's a little bit trapped here at the moment. There's not really great options for them. Taking a fight into VP is pretty much impossible because they don't have the damage to deal with these heroes anymore. I think they have to get like a 5-man chrono.
I love that movement speed on Ramses. When he triggers off his phase boots, I've just never seen an Omni like run that fast with like so much brutality inside of him.
It's just because the Battle Fury. The
Yeah.
Battle Fury just makes him look scarier.
Shouldn't work that way though, right? It should have like a battle mallet. It's like technically this isn't Bat Rider, this is Owl Rider for 11.
I like the Owl.
The Owl does look very cool. I like the Manta Rider.
So Butterfly finished on no one.
Yeah, solo.
10-0 and 8 on that gyrocopter, involved in 18 of the 20 kills for his team. Been incredibly active.
It's actually crazy just how much they can do that. Like 18 kills for the gyrocopter for no one, like that's, as in involved in. Just shows you how VP set the tempo, how
look
VP
at Roger.
play this.
Roger's having fun right now.
Disco in the lane. Hiding under the Shadow Amulet.
They just know they have to keep the 3 lanes forced in, and if that's the case, they're always going to know that Vici's not making a move.
I'm almost waiting for like Roger to try and set us off on the TI clap. I think that is there an ability that gets his hands to that point without burning the ultimate. Faces Void as his BKB. But this time has to be now or never, right, for VG. Like,
It comes down to that they can't. All their 2 lanes are getting pushed in constantly because they've got Raxes down. So VP, they just need to play as a unit, and they can never really falter to this.
Roshan spawn time is instant. It didn't even have a second on it. I was looking to put the clock up, and Ramses scouts it so quickly. This is just enabling VP.
Yeah, and Aegis and Cheese versus Chronosphere, it's one of the best.
Because there's no way just to get an instant kill.
Yeah.
Like, even Ori, like, what does he want to do? Like, you get the Chronosphere off, but unless you hit, like, a 3-man Chronosphere with Exorcism getting all of his damage in, one target by another.
They have to get the Omni Knight inside of the Chrono as well.
Yeah. Which is almost impossible. Like, Ramses is one, moving so fast, but two, even if he is inside the Chrono, I don't think you kill him.
I don't think they can kill many of the cores. They're all so durable now.
Visibility.
It's really looking like a massive uphill battle for Vici.
And VG are the ones meant to be having that high ground. So here we go again. Waiting for Batrider, almost throw down the pre-Firefly. But the top lane is on the ramp. The middle lane's about there too. This push can come from virtus.pro, but they're not under any kind of real time pressure. 11, there's your Blink Lasso, 4-star back. They want the Gyrocopter, pulling him in very, very deep. They're trying to burn the Aegis Immortal, but they haven't even got him yet. The Flame Break, now they can crack it. Rubik was a sacrifice for it all. Remember, you've still got the Chronosphere of Valor, but the Echo Slam. Roger is there at the right time. Fiend's Grip is out, but Fenrir, he can't survive inside of this. No one from VG can. Ori is running back to the only safe place, and that's backstage. VP own this map, and they own game 1.